Okay, so before everybody jumps the gun and says that 002 has been approved, then we start celebrating for Monday and all that good stuff, keep in mind that it's not approved. And I'm not trying to rain on the parade here. I'm just as jacked as you are for 002 to be approved. But remember, until it appears on the Fed register under the ready to be published documents section, it will not be implemented, and it cannot be implemented until then. However, this amendment is bullish AF, if you know what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and dive into the amendment. So the amendment came out, I believe, on the 17th. And in essence, the purpose of the amendment is to modify pages 3 and 25 through 26 of the proposed rule change with the following text that represents additional language to the original proposed text. So they added this language in to clarify what they're doing, and I love it because it gives you a clear message on what this amendment actually is going to do. So let's go ahead and take a read here. As described in greater detail below, thank you. NSCC adopted the SLD requirements in 2013 to establish supplemental liquidity deposits to the clearing fund designed to ensure that NSCC has adequate liquidity resources to meet its liquidity needs during monthly options expiry settlement periods, when NSCC observes significant increases in its liquidity exposures. Since that time, NSCC has continued to strengthen its liquidity risk management by diversifying its sources of qualifying liquid resources. Keyword qualifying. These efforts are aimed at, for example, managing the risk that any one of those sources is reduced. In connection with these ongoing efforts, NSCC is proposing changes to the SLD requirements. As described in greater detail in this filing, the proposed changes include: Number 1, calculating and collecting, when applicable, SLD on each business day rather than only during the monthly option settlement periods. Number 2, calculating SLD based on observed member activity rather than based on historical and forecasted settlement activity. That is awesome. Number 3, adopting an intraday SLD calculation and collection, when applicable, on the first business day of the monthly option settlement periods, based on additional exposures that are presented by options activity submitted after the start of the day. Number 4, eliminating the 90-day holding period for certain SLD. Number 5, adopting a discretionary alternative pro rata calculation of members' SLD requirements that would apply in certain circumstances and allow NSCC to allocate its largest liquidity need on a business day among members that are required to pay SLD rather than collect separate SLD from each of those members. That is all this amendment is saying. It's only revising these pages to add this text right here. It is not approved yet. Keep that in mind. It will not and cannot be approved until it shows up on the Fed register. And to give you the example that I'm talking about, it cannot and will not be approved until you see it right here. So keep that in mind, everyone. Have a good weekend.